Hello, Robert.
Come on in.
What's going on?
Well, he he did it again.
Who?
He's lying to the judge, and this judge dismissed our production order but everybody's saying is that it keeps bothering us. We go down to our production order, and Jeremiah is lying in here, and I can prove it because he's catfishing me and stalking all my pages. I mean, he shows a TikTok page that I signed out. It really shows privately. Yet if you pull the page, it shows that he can see my page.
Is your account set to private or no?
Yeah, and so everything's set to private since the judge told us
So
on March
yeah,
9th
how is he seeing it?
he's catfishing. He's setting a fake account and requesting to see all my
Can you
pages.
just accept it?
Well, yeah, we own a business, and half the time I only accept LGBTQ community friendly, but transgender male to female. My spouse here is female to male, and he just keeps going. And then he says that I'm the one that's harassing him and threatening him. I've left him alone. But
This is, I don't know.
the reason why I called the FBI because me and my brother are the last blood descendants of my mom. My mom died of lung cancer, and
Who is this person?
he was a private contractor.
His name?
Jeremiah Wilson.
Jeremiah
We
Wilson.
found out that he was a lifetime sex offender, high risk on minors.
Jeremiah or Jeremy?
I don't know. He goes by 3 alias names. He literally goes by 3 different names on the SOR. And the judge last time in a arrest order on March 9th told us all to leave each other alone.
Mm-hmm.
And he states that I called him. I can prove all my phone records and all that. And I showed the judge the phone records. This is my wife's, but this is what scares us the most that the judge threw out.
Hold on.
This was the last case, and then plus he used my old TikTok page.
All right, hold on. All right, so he filed a protection order against you.
Yeah, and he just keeps coming
All
at
right,
me
all right.
and targeting me.
What that means is you cannot contact him.
I haven't been.
I know, but what I'm getting at is if I were you, I would record all this, go to the courthouse, and file a protection order against him.
We did that this morning. In less than 30 minutes, they threw ours out, saying that we had no evidence at all. If it's not over a civil case or this arrest order, you're just targeting him. And it's not. He's literally using my background. If you read more thorough into it, he just keeps going at me.
But why? Is
I honestly don't know. We canceled
it
the
monetarily?
he calls my house line. There's numbers like this number right here inside you. Hold on. That's when I hear Madison. I don't know. Every time I call it, it goes, "Oh, the reach now number," and it's always a different number that's a text now.
Yeah.
Every time that I pick up, they say, "You're gonna die, faggot," and then they hang up.
All right.
And I shifted everything from my cell phone to theirs because I got tired of it. I changed her number because she was getting more threats than me, and then finally it died out after I changed my number.
Yeah.
And every time I change my number, I have to update my business page. But then today we had her new Facebook page. We had her new Facebook page for a month and a half until this occurred, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, her Facebook page got disabled, and it says Section 3.1, and it says a sex offender cannot have a page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Facebook. I don't want Facebook. It's a part of where all the cyber drama goes from. She and my best friend, which is next door, he's also a minister of our church and also the company, just part of the ownership of our company. They control the business page, Facebook. Like, he's posted numerous pictures of me and everything else. Says, "Don't come to this place because he's a sex offender." And I have 2 more years. I won't deny I am a sex offender.
Yep.
I have 2 more years. I have literally. I keep trying to get my nose clean. Every law enforcement officer knows I'm trying to keep my nose clean. I'm trying to be legal about it. But he just keeps poking me and poking me. Wants me to just lash at him. And I'm not calling him. I can release. I can have you guys go to T-Mobile. I can have my dad have you guys look at Verizon. I don't know how to get the CenturyLink phone number. Logs, or I putting those two.
So what it seems like, right?
He keeps coming at me.
You are the only one who's restricted from contacting him. Nothing is restricted.
We're not. I understand that, but he just keeps threatening me and coming at me. I don't.
What does he threaten?
He calls with different numbers or whatever it is, and then this one right here, back when, and the judge dismissed it, said this text that if he did this, that there would be legal matters, so then everything would be brought back up. In
What's that
case,
phone number again?
it was 402-454-4472. I don't know who's that number. I didn't want to call it anymore because the last number I called was, sorry, we came home from Kearney because we got really scared. Do you have my phone on? Sorry. I'm not trying to make things up.
Is that it right there?
Oh, that's my second one. He hasn't called this one because my dad changed the number. Oh, sorry.
Alright, so,
But this number, he called my cell phone, and then also I came home and it was the matching number, and that was 402-493-8688. Then it'll say that you've reached a text now number.
yeah, I mean, he could be using the caller ID stuff.
I don't know.
No,
Every time I
he
pick
could
up,
be,
he said you're gonna die, faggot. And this one called my cell phone. We were in the truck and we were just barely coming in town. He's like, we see you at your house. And I'm like, I'm not even.
689 number?
Yeah, 6888.
so you don't know who it is, you're assuming it's the Wilson guy.
I'm assuming yes. I'm trying to get him in trouble with it. I'm just being scared because since this came through and on a civil matter, the phone calls have been coming in periodically at the middle of the night and also today. And ever since this came out, I've been getting these random
How do
text
you,
numbers.
how do you know the Jeremy Wilson guy?
I know him because my wife and I hired him, and then we had a double claw where when I hired him, my dad always said to have a double backup contract. So if he ever, because if I disclosed my background to him, I wasn't going to lie to him as a DJ because I didn't know who he was or if he had a wife or his employees. I want to let him know, hey, we're getting married, but I am on the SOR as an adult. I am 15 minimum, level 1, just letting you know. And then he does an illegal background. And then when my wife canceled on him on February 21st or 20th, it just escalated. He just blew up. And then after that, I posted how he was acting towards us possibly on reviews, like every citizen's allowed to, because also the Federal Trade Commission says that we're allowed to post honest reviews. So I started posting. And then the first harassment order came in that supposedly I was calling him and texting him. He had his brother-in-law lie on the stand.
And how long has this been going on?
It stopped on March 9th
This year?
of this year. It stopped on March 9th this year after the judge
Now
said,
it's
hey,
coming back up.
and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he says in his statements that I'm calling him. And there's that TikTok thing of some new guy wants to do national rape case, so everybody's fighting against it. So I post with me and my wife how we feel towards it. And then he's taking it as, oh, blah, blah, blah.
So does Wilson work for this DJ Services LLC?
That's his company.
That's his,
And that's when we didn't know at the time until Brother Horvath, which he's an OCC correction officer, revealed to us that he wasn't allowed to be on the church grounds because right next door is a daycare center. And also he goes, Robert, also since you're a convicted SO and he's a convicted SO, you two can't be, whether it's a company or not, you can't be. There should be no tie legally. You can be violated, he can be violated. You want to go back to prison, you're doing really well. You become a Melchizedek priesthood of the Mormon church. You're now an ordained minister of the community. You're now trying to uplift your, you're now certified through the business association of your LDS ministry. Do you really want to lose all that because you want a DJ? And I was like, no. So my wife canceled them, and then from there, it just.
what is your business?
Mine's Elliot's ministry. We're an ordained minister to married people with the LBG community. We support Black Lives, Blue Lives Matters, military. I'm Native American, Hispanic, and Japanese. My wife is actually half white, half black. And we do photography, videography. Her mom's husband, boyfriend or husband, soon to be husband, that we're marrying, is a DJ. So we broadcasted, hey, we're welcoming this person into the family.
So the problems that you're having right now is your social media.
Yeah, he's just catfishing all my social media. I'm trying to clean it up right now, but I had my friends go look. Even I logged out of my own account to see if it would actually be private. So when you guys came, you could see that it's private. Mm-hmm. But when you go on my page, I'll show you. As you go on my TikTok, here, there's none of those pictures. He literally, I took them down after I was like, I thought about it, like, well, you know, it's kind of inappropriate, especially on my transgender page. And out of all my 1,280 followers / me following 5,400, 95% of them are LGBT community.
Mhm.
I only have those people. We support that's a charge
So-
relation.
Now, what exactly is catfishing?
Catfishing is basically,
Yeah, okay. I know what it is.
you know what it is? Can you explain? Sorry, I'm a little bit.
It's basically making like just
Basically making fake accounts.
basically say I'm trying to like start up some Black Lives Matter. I pretend like I'm Black
So
Lives.
it's a fake
It's
account,
a fake
just
account.
posting.
And I've already
Like
done
you're tricking
subpoenas,
him to allow him to go inside.
and so I've already drawn up subpoenas today the best I could. I'm getting frazzled, and then I got scared after the first phone call because I was actually at the courthouse on the subpoena. As we were walking out, that was the first phone call I got.
All right.
They literally said, "I see you at the courthouse. You're gonna die."
So on this catfishing thing, are there any threats being posted?
Not right now. Right now, she and I have been tag teaming. I have another friend that's logged in my
It's just been on the phone.
So
It's only been on the phone.
It's
What's
just
your
a phone call that, hey, Frank, you're gonna die.
yeah, hey, figure good night. Like the first phone call I got, we were walking out of the courthouse after doing some paints and all that, and I was like, hello? And I was right in the middle of the foyer, the courthouse, and the person said, I see you at the courthouse. Watch out for your truck blowing up. And I hung up the phone. I dialed back and kept ringing and ringing,
Did
and then
you tell the deputies or anybody?
I just got in my truck and took off. Because I literally called my friend. I was like, dude, I'm coming to Kearney. This is getting worse. And he goes, all right, you know where I am in Elm Creek. Come now. You can go into the bunker. We can talk. But I went down to Elm Creek and hung out there from, we got there at what, 11? 9? Oh. Okay, so we got there around 11, 11:30 in Kearney. And then I transported all the way to, and I sat there and I showed him everything.
And that happened when?
That was about 9:30 to 10 when I walked out of the courthouse. Today. I was there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then when they literally first opened up, I walked in, I was giving my harassment order papers. The lady calls the sheriff. The sheriff walks up to me and says, "You Robert?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Here, you've been served." And that's when I got this today. I was like, "Okay, well, here's mine." And then literally it was an hour and a half later, about 10:38, the judge dismissed mine and dismissed hers too at the same time. And we didn't have anything stand on.
Your first name is Robert,
Yes, sir.
middle initial,
C.
last name,
Elliott.
ELLIOTT.
Yes.
What's the other one?
12/10/1982. And these text now numbers just keep coming in.
2211
Jones Street.
Street.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
What's the zip code?
68102. I mean, as you see, our bags are getting packed because
And
we're both
what's your
scared.
phone number?
I'll give you my
The best one to contact.
402-213-7052.
7052.
That might change by the night after my dad makes the decision.
Yeah.
I can give you my other one that no one has besides the sheriff's. And that's area code 707-410-6809.
410-6809.
But
So
he has.
what time were you at the courthouse today?
I was at the courthouse at 7:30, and then I finally left about 9 or 9:30.
So you were there
At
from
9. Yeah, we were
7:30 to 9?
Yeah, because we showed up early to get good parking, and I parked right between the tree.
All right. So you leave at around 9 o'clock. You leave, you get a phone call.
As I was walking to the truck, I get a phone call. I stopped. I was like, "Hello, Ellie's Ministry," and that's when they said, "Quote unquote, I hope your truck don't blow up. You're gonna die, motherfucker." And they hung up, and I was like, "What?" I looked at my wife and I ran to the truck because I don't want to hear you in the car, so I turned it on real quick. I was like, "Okay, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die."
All right. Let me ask questions.
Sorry.
I just need you to focus so I can get my timeline, get my notes proper here, okay? You're at the courthouse pretty much from 7:30 to 9 o'clock.
It's
You went there to file a petition of harassment.
petition and then also do subpoenas.
Against who?
Jeremiah Wilson. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really frazzled.
Now, it's gonna be this Jeremy.
Yeah, he spells it this way. J-E-R-O-N. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so. Does he have his name and birth in here?
I don't think so. not sure.
Alright, so you're trying to file a PO against him,
Yes, sir.
so when you leave, you get a phone call.
Yes.
From what number?
They called the block, but it doesn't show on my phone. But it was
Is it the
between
block
9
number?
and when my brother called after, so I called my brother after that.
Yeah, no, but.
But then it doesn't show right there. When I
So-
call the block, I have to go to my,
You get a phone call, and they say, hey faggot,
I hope your truck don't blow up. You're right at the courthouse.
well,
They
you
knew I
said,
was. Sorry.
you said something about, hey faggot, you're gonna die, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill you.
No, that was the recent one when we walked in the door.
But the one you got from the courthouse was, hey faggot, I hope your truck won't blow up.
Yeah. And it's been going on ever since, he filed. It's been coming in since, midnight or 1 in the morning. You remember? She was asleep, so it started beginning.
And they also said that they see you at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Alright.
And there's,
So, after that, you call your brother,
yes.
and you told him, hey, I'm coming over.
No, I called him to ask what to do. He says, go to our friend, a Native American friend in Elm Creek. So I did that, and then after that, I talked to David out there.